DPWH, he talked to me when the communication with the AGO, they already changed his mayor. But before mayor already accept everything for Makam property. But right now the new mayor have changed to connecting another side, the ending point of blah 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 project because very close to Matan 2 and between the Matan 2 and Matan property.
No, we didn't heard any.
Maybe Mr. Washi is such the to me. That's why I talked to the Mr. Really people. That's why the question to.
I think
Just the information only.
Maybe that was the information
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
The first alignment that they want to have prior to the DED. But upon the conduct of DED, the alignment that is presented, that's the one adopted.
Sir, I have one comment. Yeah. Thank you for your interesting. Actually, we really appreciate your support for the Isha survey for the past, several months. Actually, we couldn't find, as you mentioned, we couldn't find any negative perspective from the Lapu-Lapu city about the coastal road, including the yacht club and also that the Mactan export processing zone. But the reality was a little bit different, totally different actually. So Charlie and myself, my team, tried to access that the yacht club and also the industry zone to several times, but we couldn't, just access. We couldn't access there. So also, Charlie requested to DPWH office and also to Lapu-Lapu city office to issue official letter for the officials for the Isha survey, as interview something like that. But even Charlie brought that kind of official letter from DPWH from the Lapu-Lapu city, they never opened the gate. So we thought that the Lapu-Lapu Yacht Club and also the Mactan export processing zone is showing kind of very negative perspective about that kind of impact of their the properties. So that's why actually I and Charlie will explain to you about the problems. So also that the regarding the land acquisition for the right of way after the Mactan 4 bridge, it was very difficult to estimate that the unit price for the land, because we couldn't get any the background of the land price itself. Actually, the land for the Mactan export processing zone is not trade. It's only that lease or rent or borrow. So anyway, that kind of the unit price for that estimation of land acquisition in Igbo area just assumption. Yeah. So that's what Irene will discuss with you, and want to get some advice from your side. Yeah.
What about discuss after my presentation?
You will present, Mr. Charlie.
Yeah.
You have a presentation.
There's a,
Maybe
yeah.
Just one concern from Engineer Francis.
Okay.
There's just one concern.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon. I have a few concerns. First is the overlapping between the intersection on the Fourth Bridge and the Lapu-Lapu Coastal. We noticed that your recommendation is a pre-stressed eye girder, which has a length of 45 meter span. Yes. Upon checking with the detailed engineering design plans, we noticed that our foundation design and the row width for the foundation design is roughly around 30 meters, and for the row width is around 36 meters. So considering that we still have foundation on our piers between the eye girders crossing the middle one. So, do you already have a preliminary foundation design? We might have a problem given that upon construction of this, it's either the fourth bridge is already built or ongoing construction. So we might have a problem with the piles. So have you considered the possible issues that we may encounter, given that the distance between these two foundations are very near to each other? We have around 5 meters already included the foundation of the bridge. Okay.
There is five foundation five foundation. Five foundation. With was concrete piles to 2.5 meter diameter. There is
RCD 파일 아니야? RCD?
Yeah, it's a pile foundation, but we still have a pile cap.
yes.
The pile cap is much bigger.
Yeah.
So the one that I mentioned, the around 30 meters width of the pile, it's already the pile cap of the fourth bridge. It's the main pier approaching the viaduct going to the airport. So it's around 30 meters. So our main span there is around 45 meters. So our safe distance between two foundations might have very marginal, or we might have problems in the future during construction of both projects.
I think the correct whether we have to also the more detailed location, the fire location, beyond the detail design. The heavy concept or also considering the construction for that Matam province.
Yeah, but for an idea there, we have only a limited span for us to girders. So we might have limited options if we will be pushing through with I-girder for that section. So our options might be limited during the detailed engineering design, which if we will choose a longer span during the DD, it might have a large increase in cost.
But that case, we have to consider between the high consumption and good the consumption methodology. But at this time, our structural engineer already studied for it is possible to have regarding the Matam bridge, but we have to more study which is the best option, the construction cost. Because if you want more the big distance, it's more high the construction cost.
Yeah, for us, it's just due diligence that we have considered the safety that if the first bridge will be constructed and during construction of the Lapu-Lapu coastal, there will be no effect on the foundation because of the ground movement during construction.
I think he's telling that there will be, if you're using a pile cap, there will be collision between the two designs. So it will collide to each other. But in here, we are designing very conservatively. So we can use a telescopic design so that we will have a very good distance between the both projects. So currently it's a pile cap, but during the DD, we are considering the telescopic so that we can remove your worry regarding the margins.
Can you include that in the report so that during the DD we have reference?
Maybe you mentioned how to study like for you.
Yeah, the foundation consideration.
We respond to DPWH. You respond.
Yeah. Any engineering intervention. And one more thing is the pollution cost under the benefits. During the approval or review of NEDA in the Port Cebu Mactan, this pollution, the pollution cost, this is the savings from the CO2 emission. It was removed back then. That's why the EIRR was decreased into 10.2. So given that we have the 10.23% EIRR, we already considered the pollution cost. So maybe we can explore, as what PM Erwin mentioned, explore other benefits, and we check removing the pollution cost. Because if we will depend on that, then we submitted to NEDA and they remove that CO2 emission, it might dive lower than 10%. So we might have a problem. Then we will discuss again with that.
이거
As early as now, we
환경쪽에서 이거
can
들어가야 되는 거 아닌가?
take a look at that.
그러니까 okay. We will apply for your advice.
Let's check this one because this benefits of pollution is not accepted by they remove.
Okay, pizza is best. Okay, check.
Okay.
Okay, that's so we can have now Mr. Chai to present. Another one. This is the last.
For the consulting services cost,
Top here, bro.
do you have an estimate here, or did you just get a percentage of the construction? Like the manma, you have the manmas, the experts needed.
We have a mention for the final report. Everything, how many members of the info, how many members of the local person, like that. But here, the presentation only.
Sorry.
The presentation,
But it is included in the final. Okay.
So we go now to the SIA. So Mr. Chai,
Yes.
please.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start with greeting. Maligayang Pasko, Manigong Bagong Taon. Even though my president has declared the emergency martial law, we are here today. So,
Wait, martial law.
martial law.
The people of South Korea doesn't like the president.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The president is using the tension between North Korea and South Korea as a
Pretext to martial law.
alibi to the.
Already
Already finished. Just that.
Yeah, I'm so
Only 2 hours, 3 hours. Just that.
I'm so shameful.
They sleep to divide the National Assembly.
In the Philippines, but politicians are also quarreling.
Now, yeah, the vice president and president are quarreling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a very honor to be here today. It's been an incredible year working alongside the wonderful and passionate people of the Philippines. Yeah. Next. Okay. No. The people. Okay. Now I'm going to brief the ECR story and the issues. The long story, short. Okay, next. Thank you, Mr. Bai. He just explained over the project. Shall we pass?
Next.
Yeah. This picture shows the conditions around the planned road. The road exists already, and 6 mangroves and the vulnerable housing. Next. As you see, the planned road will be past the intertidal zone. The next. The banca houses after fire, the rebuilt after fire, Puso Elementary School, and the yacht club, maps that the place not allowed to access. Yeah, and then next. Okay, here's our story. this flowchart shows what we have done for year. As a final issue deliverable submission, my job will be done, unfortunately. It could be the day after tomorrow, which means my boss will not support me to come back here again. Yeah, while issue process, we got the screen result as the EIS. The process is now left to DPWH. Next. Now, it's time to watch the activity we have done. The information, education, communication with the mayor of Lapu-Lapu City, and focus group discussion with each barangay people like this. I felt their concern. I could feel the strong will of Mayor Chan. The next. Public scoping with the barangay Ibo, Pusok, and Paho. We could hear their worry of this project. Next. After these activities, my team did socio-economic survey and the gender group discussion was on August. The 9 ladies expect increasing income and convenience with the project. They also worry about the involuntary resettlement as expected. Next. With the socio-economic survey, we could find out 178 households are affected. Most of them are residential structure. Affected areas about 130,000 square meter. And next, okay, environmental survey, flora and fauna survey was conducted by specialists I trust. I often was with them. Yeah. My team could find vulnerable migratory bird and no coral was founded. 6 mangrove tree will be deforestation and noise exceeds the standard. The Pusok Elementary and next the second bridge. Next. As impact assessment, these are the mitigation way. The mangrove reforestation, soundproof barrier, and resettlement plan, and so on. These are pretty normal for every project. Next. From now on, I'm going to show the issues, what we already considered, and what is left. We all have tried to avoid demolishing the structure of Pusok Elementary School. That is the result. Next. One of Isha's study purpose is to plan management and monitoring plan. This shows the related plan and ESMP considered. And next. Okay. This picture shows the alternative, which was already studied by FS and JICA, blah blah. And unfortunately, I've heard that it's not possible in terms of technical. However, in viewpoint of the vulnerable and the school, we need to connect both bridge directly. I believe that this is a matter of a value conflict. Besides, this plan gives the people uncomfortable to transfer permanently. Fortunately, the fourth bridge is still on the planning stage. Furthermore, this plan is belong to DPWH. I believe that this is what I have to report all over you. To do something, one find a way. To not to do it, one find the excuse. Next. As Mr. Lee already requested, these are next issue left. While Asia study, my team, including myself, couldn't assess this area. The guard approached me with the gun, also with a smile. The rent is only for lease, not sale. My team have no choice but assume the unit cost. I'm not sure the possibility of the land acquisition. Next issue is the reclamation issue. President has not allowed the reclamation approval. Therefore, Emerald D project approval, nobody knows. Imagine the road without Emerald DP. I imagine that some fishermen use the road as fish dryer land or parking lot. Also, the plan has a potential of alignment change because we are in the stage of feasibility study. In other words, we can predict the long procedure left in front of you. Thank you. Maraming salamat po.
Just to give an update on the road going to MNRT project. That one is to be done by the regional office. So all of that road, the one going around like that, will be all done by the regional office on a multi-year budgeting program.
But it's still planning.
No. The first section, I think they are to start in due time because they already have funding of 240 million. So they will start
I know.
near the interchange.
I knew that, but the problem is it's depend on the Emerald project approval.
No, even without yet the MNRT project, they will push through with the coastal.
You don't need to persuade me. Just report to you the problem. Just me means you consider this situation. This is what I want to talk to you. And also, okay. I want to
That section is already out of our budget. That is not included. Was excluded in the Lapu-Lapu coastal project. And that will be submitted. The ECC of that project will be submitted separately by the regional office.
This one.
The white,
No,
one with white lines.
So
No,
we will just finish here.
Including the
This one.
connection, from the interchange.
And this will be done by the
Regional office.
Regional office.
All of that will be by the regional.
I heard that already. And okay, it's time to talk about cost of land acquisition. I'm going to introduce Dr. Irene Park, special of art. It was extremely meaningful time with her in this project. Let's welcome her. with applause.
Thank you so much. Okay, so time is already a lot passed. So I just briefly about the land acquisition and resettlement action plan at the pre-rock stage. So we made a cost estimation according to the 5 segmentation. So segment 1 and 2 is the affected barangay Baho, and segment 3 is only including the common coastal water. So actually segment 3 doesn't affect about our cost estimation. And segment 4 is barangay Usop and some part of Ibo. And actually segment 5 will be liaised with segment 4, the end point, and the cost estimation issue is as you already heard a lot and imagined from segment 5. Can you go next page? So, for Bahu, Busok, and Ibu, well, actually, you can see the from first line to the end point, it's segmented by category, was divided in the affected Ibu. So in the case of Ibu 1, so the line 4, that's segment 4, and it's definitely we could estimate. And in the case of Ibu 2-1, that's included in segment 5, and you can see the right low remarks. There is no applicable data for market value, as our team Dr. Hong is already mentioned. So Ibu 2-1 in segment 5, and Ibu another area is included the Philippine Reclamation Authority. In that case, the land is already transferred to private entity. So even though it is the for reclamation authorities land, we should be included the kind of market value cost should be applied, but there is no applicable data. And we have also Mactan economic processing zone. There is no applicable data. So actually from Bahu and Busok and some minor portion of Ibu is definitely possible to estimate cost, like can you go next page? Land acquisition like this. So 2,563,000,000 blah blah, those kinds of peso that will be definitely included as a land acquisition. And structures, relocation, livelihood, that could be compared to the land acquisition fee, that could be quite small amount. But that's also the, in total, 328 million pesos, something like that. And we go next page. So we included land development and also other costs, including capital gain tax, something that kind of tax, and administration cost and contingency. And in total, it's like that kinds of amount. 39,044,000 to 290,000 pesos, something like that, and it's equivalent as $70 million. And we just estimated including assumption cost of barangay Ibu. Next page. Next page. Yeah. So Bahu Busok is settled, same cost with the previous one. And in the case of Ibu section, including Philippine Reclamation Authority section, and also Mactan Economic Processing Zone, that's the unit cost was assumed 80,000 pesos. And in the case of Mactan Economic Processing Zone is 100,000 pesos. And then you can see the amount was 3 times higher than before. That was why this compensation cost is differently from our thought. It's quite higher. And then can you go the last page? Last page. Yeah. So for discussion is already brought. This land acquisition regarding Barangay Ibu without market value, how the DPWH can apply at the at the appropriate cost for this preliminary RAP stage. And also we estimated this cost according to departmental order of right-of-way acquisition, so DRAM manual. We applied the 40 meter, so 20 meter for each. We estimated the kinds of the principle for the cost estimation, and in that case, the cost estimation could be different from your decision how width needs to be applied for the right-of-way acquisition. So those are concerning points for the cost estimation. That's all.
Maybe we can just adapt what was done in Mandawi Coastal. They just add the 1.5 meters and 1.5 meters to both end of this structure.
May I comment this issue? What is the purpose for the ROW? You mentioned the center line and the left side and the right side is 20 meters. But you mentioned is that the age of the 1.5 is you command the compensation, right?
Yeah.
So what about the purpose the ROW wider the left side and 20 side? My question is so normally the ROW is kind of restriction. No more structures in there, so that they have some restrictions areas. It means that the international standard, the compensation for the reduced, the ROW. But we understand, this is a huge cost command. So your proposal, you are establishing, the ROW for the informed, community. So they concern is, to raise the issue for the within the ROW. They have, the restrictions area. So what is your proposal, and then compensation for the without compensation area within the ROW?
Yeah, knowing that our EIRR is almost marginal to the threshold of the NEDA, so doing a acquisition of a wider area of acquisition cost, actually that is one of the costs, having a high cost of the budget. That's why we limit such costs because of the land in Lapu-Lapu is have a higher cost. With this, we are assuming that limiting the RRW acquisition would increase the EIRR. And I think in Mandawi we were able, Francis, I think in Mandawi we were able to have a clearance regarding limitations in the RRW acquisitions.
Actually, if I may relate to you, regarding the Mandawi Mactan, Mr. Muelle was also involved in the project. So when we presented, the EIR is very marginal at that time, I think 10.5, and the cost for right-of-way is very high. So when we presented it to them, when they computed the EIRR, became lower. So what we did is to reduce the right-of-way cost. So we were able to raise the EIR to above 10, but it's still marginal. So this may be the same case, 10.23. Yeah. If they compute that in NEDA, that will fall below.
Without subjecting it yet by NEDA to the sensitivity analysis. So much more if they do that, it's lower than 10%. And that's it. If below 10%, we have no chance of having that approval.
So you mean that you are considering the land acquisition is the not out of you mentioned is the age of the 1.5 left side and right side you land acquisition those areas, right?
So yeah, that is our proposal. If we can just limit to that.
So it means you mentioned those the compensation line outside the compensation line is within the ROW they still live there. It means you cannot.
Yeah. We know that they can still use that after the 1.5.
Yes.
They can use that area for their whatever they wish to do, without affecting our budget, of course.
And another question is, the Mactanpur area, those areas is a private land or the public land?
Mactan
Mactan Economic Processing.
It's owned by the government. They are just renting that one.
No need, the land acquisition is right.
No,
Because,
even it is owned by the government, we still have to pay because those are the property of a separate
That-
government agency.
Not all of us structure, you made the pay by the government, right? Public land is right.
Yeah, even if it is a public land, we have to pay whoever agency of the Philippine government owns that land.
And another, and another issue for, we met with Lapu-Lapu City, they considering, the relocation plan, still floating houses, they already planned relocated the site. So, do you considering coordination with the Lapu-Lapu, the relocated?
Yeah, of course.
plan?
There will
Those
be
areas.
there will be a close coordination, especially with the social aspect of the project.
Yes.
When we have now the DED, that is where we will have the final wrap for the budget, and all these relocation compensations will all be finalized.
It means, you can reduce the cost of the debt because the Lapu-Lapu City provide the relocated site and the structure, and then you need just a transit.
Actually, if we are to talk about the compensations under Republic Act 10752, the program of the city regarding socialized housing, that is different from the compensation package under Republic Act 10752. Under that law, the government, if affected or traversed by the Philippine project, the owner of the lot will be compensated based,
Your responsibility.
yeah, and the structure also will be paid based on the current prices
So it means,
for both structures
it
and
is
land.
impossible, those affected community to remove the Lapu-Lapu City considering the resettlement
Yeah,
site.
it's quite good for the project if that socialized housing program of the LGU would come first before our project.
So, Choi, I think we need to clarify about the replace location. Is supposed to be provided by Lapu-Lapu City. Actually, as you joined the meeting, in January we had a meeting with the mayor of Lapu-Lapu City, and at the time that Mayor Chan already announced that Lapu-Lapu City already seek the kind of some slot for the relocation site. So also I got the coordinations for the relocation site, and also I have some information about that kind of site from the government. But anyway, during the last stage of the estimate the land acquisition and the RAP, we had a deep discussion with the Lapu-Lapu City that the director of the urban core about the relocation.
Well,
Anyway,
actually, there was a meeting with the city legal office. And then city legal office doesn't have specific information about that. People could do that. Yeah, actually that was just the wording by the mayor.
I just recall when we had the last meeting with the mayor. When the mayor wasn't there, it's only the technical staff of the mayor, the city engineer, the attorney. I think Mr. Mego was there. And then we asked about the MNRP project, and he showed us the miniature model on top of his table. And then he mentioned that design is the one to be done in MNRP project, intended as socialized housing. Now, for the relocation, what I know is that this relocation will be a responsibility of the city or LGU to provide us the area. But for the construction of the houses, DPWH will fund to the National Housing Authority the necessary budget.
actually that's why I was going to include that kind of idea that the Lapu-Lapu city already decided to that kind of relocation site for the our right-of-way action plan. But we couldn't get any confirmation or the right information about the relocation site, which will be provided by Lapu-Lapu city. So we could not include it. We excluded from
it's
yeah
not
right-of-way
included in
action
the
plan.
report.
No way. So one more question is regarding the Martin export processing zone. I think the as Mr. Lee the raised that kind of issue is public or private the land. So normally the land is owned by the public when it's some small police station or the building, something like that. I think the MEPZ, the Martin Export Zone, is totally different in the case with that kind of a single building owned by a single component of the public institution or the public sector. It's huge area of the public processing zone, and it takes a lot of the responsibility for the economy for Lapu-Lapu, not only the Lapu-Lapu city but several areas. So we are very afraid about that. We can communicate about that kind of relocation or the land acquisition. So it is really the difficult to find a way to communicate with them.
Yeah, just like what we did, having a separate meeting with them to hear their side. Actually, when we had the meeting, we were asked about compensation on the land. They did not know that such compensation is being provided on land. So we told them we have cases in other projects within land of other government agencies are likewise affected.
Yeah.
And compensations are provided by the DPWH.
And then that kind of negotiation discussion will be done from your side.
There will be some offering of the cost.
Yeah.
Because our cost is based on the current market value that will be offered to them.
And effectively, for as you mentioned, the market value, it's almost impossible to suggest it about the market value of compensation, because we couldn't secure any exact the estimation of the market price for that land price.
Maybe for case of government to government, that is possible.
Yeah, you can do that.
The amount, the compensations will be returned to the government also.
Yeah. Then one more thing is about yacht club. As I explained that the yacht club is totally difficult to communicate and negotiate about that kind of issue. So we will really appreciate you to take that kind of responsibility to discuss about the land acquisition or some compensation. The yacht club, also the Martin export processing zone.
We will be scheduling
Okay, thank you.
coordination meeting with this yacht club. Actually, the one that you are experiencing about yacht club and this economic zone area, we are having a difficulty to enter their premises. Also, is a experience of the FS consultant to Mr. Katamutan, DCCD. They also experienced that one. They were not able to have a topo survey inside the premises of PSI and Yacht Club. But it's good they have a drone survey, so that was done through drone. And likewise, the conduct of the geotechnical was also affected because of their non-cooperation.
Also, we have one more issue about the right of way. So actually, following that your guidance manual of right of way acquisition of DPWH manual. So the conservatively the width is normally 30 meter to 60 meter.
Mhm.
And in extremely urban area, it can be 2.5 meter. So actually, it's my first time to use that 1.5 meter, right of way. So, but anyway, so from the Isha part, we estimated that kind of, the area of the, land acquisition, right, is, based on 30 to 40 to 60 meters of right way. So, but I think we're gonna take some time from your side to decide the exact, width of the right of way, including that, negotiation, result to the, Mark-on export processing zone, and also the relocation side. So, from Isha team, you're gonna finalize our report to leave some possibility and the flexibility of that, right of way, and also that the compensation, price, compensation, cost, for Igbo area. We just, suggest a kind of some assumed, unit price, assumption. And then, we leave that kind of command with this kind of, to explain this kind of a situation. And DPWH will communicate with the line institution, and also about the exact width of the right of way. And then after that, the another team will be including that kind of result. We're gonna leave that kind of remarks to our report.
Have you consulted an independent appraiser, land appraiser, with regards to the pricing of
The local, Mr. Wimber secured that kind of evidence of the market price from the local.
So that's the one
area.
that you use as a.
For this
Yeah.
for
But
Anyway, we still are to do a updating of the price in the final draft of the budget comes to the day.
and anyway, so we're
And
gonna
then
leave
after
that.
that, we
Yeah.
still have to engage
Yeah.
a government financing institution
Sure.
to make the final appraisal.
Yeah.
of the,
Then from my side, I'm gonna leave that kind of possibility and the flexibility, the Igbo side, also including the yacht club. So the DPWH will provide that kind of result after the
maybe
negotiation.
In the report, we will just put explanations there.
Yeah, this kind of situation.
Accessing inside
Yeah.
premises of the yacht club and PESA.
Mhm.
The consultant made some assumptions.
Yeah.
because of the
Yeah.
plan.
And also please understand that, the estimation cost, and basically that, the area of the land acquisition is suggested by the right of way, the width was, 40 to 60 meter. The main road is 60, and the, access road is, the 40 meter.
Yeah, that-
So it's, following your guidance.
That guidelines actually would
Yeah.
apply specific to rural area, but for highly urbanized
Yeah.
area, it's really difficult.
I know that, yeah. But,
Much wider.
we didn't, think that, that area was that kind of a highly urbanized area. When we are, thinking about, Cebu City, yes, that's, very highly, urbanized, but, the Lapu-Lapu City is, not that kind of highly urbanized. So, but anyway, so conservatively, we accept, we apply with that, very conservatively.
Yeah. Just to give an example,
Yeah.
in the Mandawi Coastal, the interchange in the Mandawi Coastal,
Yep.
inside the Cloverleaf interchange, the one inside, we leave that as not acquisition. That was not acquired. Yeah, inside the Cloverleaf. So we did not acquire that one just to lower the cost of the project.
But actually, for this, Lapu-Lapu coastal road, we don't have we don't have too much area for that kind of, the interchange. So, but anyway, we're gonna, the leave that kind of right of way originally 40 to 60 meter, and also we just write one more page the your intention the 1.5 meter, but it's not easy for me the estimated whole the cost for land acquisition and something like that following that kind of your suggestion 1.5 meter, but you're gonna leave that kind of comment. DPWH has the intention to reduce that to 1.5 meter. Yeah, but frankly speaking, personally, it's not easy to accept that as a social
Yeah,
team.
it's quite difficult.
As a the social
With regards to the
investigation.
social aspect of the project, but in reality, we have to because we have to do it because of the of having the project approved.
Thank you.
Otherwise, all our effort will be put into waste because of a lower EIL.
Maybe
We
he has
will
another
do
comment.
idea.
Just one comment. This is funding by the EDCF, so it means that you should be compliant with the EDCF safeguard policy. So the outside the ES team reviewed this project. The risk is the bridge is rectangle for bridge area affected area is very the poor people live there. They don't have the land. So this group is I think the vulnerable groups. So you mentioned this is land is a public land. They don't have the compensation for the land. They have just the structure. So those cases you should be coordinated with the Lapu-Lapu city. Should be establish appropriate resettlement plan. You should include this is the vulnerable group.
Those are the ones who are to be considered in the relocation.
Furthermore,
Particularly, this group is vulnerable.
They are the priority the relocation compensation of the budget.
So we already included that kind of informal settlers for our RAP.
I just talk to you about the Korean standard. We have a standard for land acquisition. Embankment section, the road section edge from the 2 meter. The cutting section from the edge of road to 3 meter.
3 meters.
Yeah, about the bridge section, from the edge section, 5 meter. We have that regulation in Korea, but I don't know exactly we have one. That is issue. Okay.
Anyway, we will ask the director if what will be the final width of the acquisition. If it will adopt the same as Mandarin Costa, or we can add additional width. So we will ask the director about that.
Okay, I think it's better the conclusion of our presentation.
Yeah. So any more? Francis.
Based on your table in the for Barangay Ibo, there's no affect.
Household. Yeah. We,
I'm not sure if this is just error in the presentation,
slide 10.
but
Number 10. Yeah.
we already know that the Cebu Yacht Club will be affected. Although we are elevated, the DPWH will acquire the right of way underneath the structure. So definitely, Cebu Yacht Club will be affected. Although, as you mentioned, there's no interview conducted, but we already identified in the site inspection that it will be affected. So kindly include it.
Yeah, include commercial.
Yeah.
It's mixed pack.
And another, I just want to clarify regarding on how you get the value for the lots.
Market value.
As Sir Rego mentioned that it came from the LGU.
From the buy and sell, something real estate.
Yes. Because as per our DRAM, sir, for this preliminary right of way action, preparation of pre-rock, we have two options. First is that it came from an IPA, and second, it came from a BIR zonal value with a factor.
So the PI zone is not the fair market value.
Sorry.
PI zone is not the fair market value.
Yeah, that's why we have a
Times two.
factor up to 2.
Times 2.
Yeah. That's for budgeting purposes, and it will be finalized during the final hub.
Yeah, you can make use of the zonal valuation. And then you can just apply the factor times 2.
So times 2.
Yes.
We have a table that the zonal valuation also get the market value.
Yeah, that's good.
So we compare that, but then we uses for this particular study, we uses the market value based on the
Which is higher?
higher.
Market value is
Market
higher.
All the
Yeah.
time.
For example, the zonal valuation is only 30, but the market value is 50, 60, so more than times
That is the usual observation.
more than times. So we just use the zonal valuation in times 2. As just that.
Yeah. In that can be in the absence of information as basis for the appraisal, you can use
So, next is what is your discussion about PRA?
Yeah, Philippine Reclamation Authority
Will you be paying PRA?
is already owned by private entity, is it right?
It's-
Philippine Reclamation Authority.
You can see the cadastral map is PRA, but then you can see portions there's being already occupied with a warp, Mactan warps and
So reclamation was already done.
but then there's no clear whether it's been transferred or what, or temporary delays or something, because that's also within the civil plan area. So we don't have the opportunity to look at
But in the cadastral map, sir, it
it's
is PRA.
PRA.
Okay. I thought we will be showing PRA.
Yeah, because that Sibuyan lab is PRA.
Owned by the
Yeah, but we don't know if it's really transferred or what. But the cadastral map, that was
Yeah.
5 to 10 years ago. So then overall, we can, during the day, we can access the because right now they cannot ask for the titles, certificate or something.
So it's like this. So in the DPWH, like of the manual, it mentions about zonal valuation. In the absence of data that will support appraisal, so you may take use of the zonal valuation, and then you just multiply the maximum factor times 2. But then you have to include also there the one that you used, the first one that you used, the assumptions, cost of the land.
Yeah.
So you also include that. And then in the cost that will be adopted, well, that will include included in the project, you make use of the zonal valuation.
Okay.
But you have to present also the assumptions. But the one that will be included are the zonal valuations.
Actually, we have 2 presentations, the zonal and then the market. But we see for the market value, 2%. But then we can revise the draft.
Yun lang pinagpalit. Huwag niya natanggalin.
Huwag na tanggalin yung assumption.
Yeah.
Huwag niya natanggalin.
And just include it there, but in getting the cost of the lot, you consider the zonal
Times 2.
budget.
Okay, so we will
Okay,
just,
make it clear.
yeah, we'll just update that.
그거 중요해. 그 우리 삐에를 5천 넘는데 그걸 사건 만들면서
One table,
보상 봤을 것 같아.
second table, zonal valuation, and then third table times 2 of the zonal valuation. So,
제가 가볼게요.
anything more?
저는 들었는데 안
now,
주시네.
so maybe after this meeting is officially closed, then we have another.
파일로 받을게, 파일로. 파일로 받을게.
On the side of the kitchen, Mr. Lee, you have something to ask or any clarification? Ma'am Anna? None? So with that, can we conclude the meeting? And okay. Also, thank you everyone for attending this fruitful meeting. So hope to see all of you next time, especially Mr. Chai, who is
Ask my boss.
maybe this will be the last term you will have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fortunate.
So okay, thank you everyone, and have a good Christmas holiday.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mr. Lee. Okay. Hold on for a minute. Can we have a picture? Photo?
I guess which one? Camera or
Doon na lang?
screen capture?
Screen captures.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
우리가 가요.
Walang anuman po.
저희 이거 포토, 헤이크 포토.
Photo. Okay. Photo. Oops. Join kayo.
너무 많아.
Maybe the taller guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Another one.
Isa,
Another one.
dalawa, tatlo, kotak press.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Thank you. Change position. Change position.
Dito na lang. Sige, this one only. Okay.
괜찮아. 하나, 둘,
One, two,
Okay.
RMC1.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So we'll be seeing you when we present to senior youth between the. So Mr. what was you assist us up to this application. You prepare your social safeguard requires EIS. So if ever we will be asked to submit EIS, already available. Because at first, during initial assessment, the person that is looking into the first
because of
But
the
then when you
little
take
changes
there,
like 40 meters
when
and
the
it
data made final assessment, it was
changes.
it's good that it's under the criteria, but because of the second it might be
worry about. That's why they choose it. Yeah.
Are we free today?
it's good that you also
Yeah, it's left. Maybe basic design or
내일 만나지. 설레는 내일. 오늘 오후에 하자.
we may have some but what's important is this application.
끝나고 바로
We will be required to they will just ask
for example, necessary for polarization. Some concentration breakdown. The left is written medical 52 by the way, here, we do 50,000 square meter. And I guess
yeah, that would be
which means we need to erase the
yeah, you say this one is Northwest. So all here will be acquired under Northwest. The one here,
we don't need also
tomorrow meeting is like tomorrow okay.
I hope I can be here inside.
there's another project, Mount Kitalan. Yeah, the one who will do that, chair.
That's very low. Less than mine, but
Less than five.
space.
They're the one who will do it. Mount Kitalan. It's 108 kilometers in Mindanao. Kaya.
So you're going back?
But this time it's in loan. It's in loan from Texas. It's 108 circumference. This is a mountain. This is a circumference. And there's access road. Yeah, because this area it's
I'm not sure.
Google Drive.
So to access under the crops, they propose the ring road.
Yeah, ring road. You have also the plan or schedule to construct that kind of a ring road for the Mactan Island.
There's Mactan, there's already not existing. The Mactan circumference already an existing already circumference.
So then, like coastal road is the final stage of the completion that
Not actually the final, but this is some sort of to lessen traffic impact. in that Mactan,
You mean that the existing road is part of the existing road is part of the ring road.
Yes, that's why they need to divert traffic to another road, going out of Mactan Island, then Coastal, and then Port
Yeah, I know that actually that inside of Mactan Island you have this.
There is already.
But my understanding was coastal ring road.
That is a ring road.
Yeah, coastal ring road. But see,
No.
what you do? Presidential acts about reclamation and also NRB projects.
What they told us, they already applied.
Yeah, right. We're at work. I counted.
Before the act.
Restriction. That's why, according to them, they are not.
Yeah, I tell you that what I
There
know.
was miscommunication.
There was some
They thought
the basis is reclamation project. There will be a conflict between
those projects, reclamation project that already been submitted for clearance. Are already saying they understand. That's why here you can notice in Manila, there is a big reclamation going on there.
Understand.
It's also an airport, international airport, and reclamation also ongoing already. Those reclamation projects
Yeah, and always.
already been
And then now it's only a few
I
hours.
just left my laptop in sofa.
And also about
And then just left my
right away.
Just please get out.
Yeah. And told me, all right,
I'm gonna include the you are So number one is right of way without the right of way. So
maybe you can also do two tables. One about our suggestion, and the one is based on the required.
But as you mentioned, 1.5 meter is not easy to estimate the cost.
already
So then we can suggest that we can show make clear that the intention and the suggestion from the DPWH is 1.5 meters, not is
Not on the
not
usual
40 and 60. Just 1.5 meters for both sides.
1.5 from the edge.
From the edge.
But you have to consider also.
Of course. Of course, And the second one is
For Christmas.
compensation cost for the people. Also, we just assume the cost. As you advise, and also link the kind of DPWH will communicate and negotiate with Mactan Zone and also
On Saturday, I'm free.
You can include them.
Thank you so
In the
much.
report.
Free to go.
We know it's really very difficult to discuss, communicate with this PESA and yacht club. The same thing that they experience. The PESA or yacht club will ask, already gave the letter request, and then they will tell us, you seek first the endorsement of the mayor.
Endorsement.
So without any endorsement of the mayor, they will not agree. So again, we write to the mayor, but then the mayor doesn't agree.
And I'm thinking, it's gonna take, several months from this side to
Especially now, with
negotiation
the
with
election coming.
the yacht club and
We have some problem with the political situation.
Anyway, you're gonna, revise that,
So busy now with
Bible action plan
the
report
election preparation.
and also, leave that kind of,
Maybe
fresh feeling there.
just an observation. That's
Feel free.